Hello comrade and peers. After a comment by McMickey1 and some YouTube videos I watched on the weekend, I decided to give a more comprehensive starting video for Napoleonic or historical miniature wargaming in general. At first, if you have fallen in love with some figures, rules or scale, choose this. You have to put some effort in this hobby and enthusiasm will help. For all others, there are mostly two decisions to make: period and scale. All other things can be changed without hurting your project. Keep in mind that in historical miniature wargaming, you are not bound to any rule system. It's not like beginning Warhammer 40k with its strong customer retention. If you start with Flames of War, you can migrate to Battle Group, O Group, or a lot of other systems without building a complete new army. This is a possibility that will help you to begin your journey. You can start small with a system which uses less figures and then expand to the greater battles in time. Only few will consider miniatures larger than 30 mm. The most well-known are 28mm, 15mm, Warlord's Epic Scale, nearly 13mm, 10mm and 6mm. Naturally, there are also the scales between, for example Callistra with 12mm or AB figures with 18mm. Here is a comparison between scales. The first are 28, then follows 15mm. The epic scale is a bit smaller and the last one are 10mm Pendragon figures. But scale is more than the visual aspect. It gives you the size of your table you need to play, or limits the size of your battles to play. For example, Black Powder in 28mm uses for its scenarios 8 to 6 foot tables or 12 to 6 foot tables. If we look at some Napoleonic formations, even in one scale, you can use different numbers of bases. Here some 15mm with 4 bases and double with 8 bases. A 28mm regiment for Black Powder has a frontage in line of 20 to 25 cm. The 15mm units have a wide of 8 or 16 as a double unit. Warlord's Epic Scale lies close to this with 18mm. Most 10mm would have the same frontage. So on a typical 6x4 table, 7 28mm units in line would fill the whole table from side to side. You would need 10 units in epic scale to get the same effect. And you also need additional space for artillery, cavalry or vehicles and to maneuver your army. So scale converts to table space or the number of units you can field. That was for me a crucial point. The number of figures you need depends on the basing and the rule system. You should start with a lesser number of figures to get to the game quickly. So for 28mm you can start with Rebels and Patriots, which has 12 figures per unit, or use the size even for Black Powder. After painting up more figures, you can translate to the standard unit size of 24 figures. Absolute Emperor recommends 4 bases with 16 figures per unit. The first tutorial scenario starts with 2 to 3 units per side, so 32 figures plus artillery for the French. ALO expands this to 144, respectively 128 figures in infantry alone. But you should not make my mistake of choosing a goal too far away. Begin with a handful of units, 3 or more, to learn the rules and to get a feeling for the game. Expand from there. About 48 figures plus commander or 9 epic scale bases plus commander could be a starting point for most systems. Don't hesitate to use counters to augment your army. I did the same in my LaSalle test game. Playing a good game motivates to paint and build more units. In historical settings you mostly need line troops, then add some light cavalry or light infantry units. Most elite units or heavy cavalry were held back by the commanding general for crucial battles. I put some links in the description for using Warlord's epic scale with other systems than Black Powder and the hilarious 6 tips video of Little Wars TV. I hope this was some kind of helpful. Please put any questions into the comments. Till then.